and welcome back to Music That Doesn't Suck. The place where we talk about music that is actually not terribly annoying.
Allegedly,
because today we're going to be having a very, very not controversial, but kind of difficult case to be made, because we're going to be talking about the unholy marriage that happened during the late 90s between rock music and freaking rap. Exactly. yeah. Hold on.
Well, no, in this episode, we're going to need all the help we can get.
We will. Because it's bad. Could you keep going? Because I'm going to have to fix something over there.
Okay, so go. So, first and foremost, hello, girls and boys. Welcome back to Music That Doesn't Suck. Look, even you suggested the topic because of the whole conversation that we had already earlier this week about rap not trending anymore.
Yes.
And being out of the charts and all of that. And at first I thought, okay, seems like a good idea to talk about this. But it seems like we put ourselves in a bit of a corner. Because the name of the show is Music That Doesn't Suck.
Are you implying that one of the elements of this unholy marriage actually sucks?
No.
Is that what you're saying?
No, of course I'm not saying.
Of course not. We're saying, well, of course, rock is the one that has suck. So,
look, before we can get into it,
yes,
would you introduce us to today's mix, please?
Yeah, today's mix. Today we're going to be drinking an actual fan favorite of this dubious organization. This is known as Waterproof Watch. This is not a Negroni, but it's similar in design or in execution. Mm-hmm. Why? Because for this brebash, you are actually using, you're replacing the Campari for Aperol, which is not necessarily the same flavor. It's very different. It's less alcoholic than Campari. It's basically similar in alcohol. Yeah. Yes. The thing is that Campari is super bitter, and Aperol is a little bit sweeter. If you have tried, for example, Spritz, you know the thing that's better.
It's very Negroni looking.
It's Negroni looking, but Negroni tends to be darker.
Yeah, a little bit.
More Negroni, get it?
Yeah, this a little bit brighter, yeah.
Yes, and also you replace the vermouth with Amaro Montenegro, which is a very beautiful, smelly. The scent of the drink is so good, man. It's an Amaro, and it gotta be Montenegro because it's that particular flavor.
Yeah.
Which is a little bit of bitter, as the name implies. If you have to know a little bit of romantic languages, and also a little bit of Angostura. Yeah. It should have some pepper bitters, but I'm out of pepper bitters, so that's what I got.
Yeah.
And it's a very, very tasteful drink. So, Sente.
So, yeah, cheers.
And quantities. How could I forget? Oh, you need to build it on the glass with the ice. And if I recall correctly, it's 100. Is 175. 1.75 ounces of gin. That's the base. 1.75 ounces of Amaro, 0.75 ounces of Aperol, and 2 dashes of your beer. That's
it. It works quite well. I actually quite like it.
It's so good, man, because it has this retro taste that is super.
Yeah, and it's kind of smooth. It's not
smooth. It's not that aggressive. It's not that alcoholic. It doesn't. It's a good starting drink.
Yeah,
for somebody who is not that into drinking.
It's not one that carries a big punch. It's a little bit more smooth.
But it's a good one. So. Rap and rock.
All right, so we're gonna get there. Look, I think most of what this conversation is gonna gravitate towards, because there are a couple of usual suspects whenever you think about rap music mixed around with rock.
Linkin Park.
That wasn't the one that I was gonna bring, but if you wanna start there, then
I'm just saying.
No, look, the one I had in mind is Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Okay.
I think it's a good starting point. Why? Because the music is good.
Yeah, they don't suck.
Yeah, I actually enjoy Red Hot Chili Peppers music.
Yeah.
Rap is not ultra present on their stuff, but is present enough to be something
kind of
that
part of their
fits this
sound.
Conversation. And it is a defining part of their sound.
Indeed.
Because even the use of the rhythm section of Red Hot Chili Peppers is still rock music, of course, rock music.
But it has that funky groove.
It has the funky groove, and I even think that in the early stages of their career, they were a lot more funky. They were
funkier than later stages because they got more into a more somber rock and roll driven sound that was quite present in the early material, but it little by little became like the prevalent force of nature, right? Because if you think of probably their biggest hit, which is Californication, the album, not necessarily the track. The track is it was a hit, but I don't know how big it was compared to, for example, Give It Away. The album itself cemented them as a proper, legit rock act, in my opinion. They were already very established and respected enough. But with Californication, for example, the opening track has plenty of rapping to it, which is around the world.
Yeah.
Because
It is a very good song.
it is a good song, and the rap is like, California.
And it fits. Yeah.
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 Somehow it works because when I heard that for the first time, it truly, because of, at the beginning, like, yeah, this is badass, and then, okay, what the hell?
The drumming on that song is very cool.
It's very cool.
very intricate. It's kind
Because
of
it keeps you. That's exactly what kept me listening to it. Because I was like, okay, I don't know if I like this rap section, but the groove is cool. And then with the hello, when they get into the singing chorus, like, okay, that was smooth and very well done.
Yeah.
And then once again the weird shit with the rapping. Okay, I see what they're doing. It's interesting and then good.
Yeah.
And the ending of the track is very good.
I think that one thing that we need to acknowledge to begin with is that rapping is not on. It is a genre, but rapping is a technique.
It's
we
kind
wanna
of
call it.
an aesthetic.
It's an aesthetic. It's something that you can. Is a style for vocal performance. It's a presentation for vocals.
But I also think it's musical. It's something that is in between vocals and the style of the music. It's very rhythmic.
Yeah, it is. It
And
is.
Turn the vocals into some form of extra rhythmic, percussive element.
Yeah, but what I mean by is that it's not necessarily whenever we're talking about rapping, it can be simply a tool in a singer's toolbox.
Oh yeah.
Because it's a style, it's an aesthetic, and it doesn't necessarily need to be confined to rap music, which is the genre. And I think the best case scenarios of rapping are probably from people that understood that principle. Because you see, for instance, in the case of Red Hot Chili Peppers, rapping existing in the element of either rock or kind of funky music, and is not a rap song. And what's the difference? I think is the music itself. I think the rapping rap as a genre has the rap at the very forefront.
It's the only thing they got.
Yeah, it's like you're supposed to be listening to the rapping,
Yes.
way too lyric
Driven
focused,
or focused, yes.
and whenever you see rapping done in the context of, let's say, funk or rock and roll, it's music
Full of
with
rapping.
singing, and the singing happens to be done in a rapping
Good way to
format.
describe it, because
Yeah.
in the case of Red Hot Chili Peppers, when they go the rapid route, the rapping route,
Yeah.
I never actually pay attention to the fact that they are rapping.
Mm-hmm.
You get me?
It's something that
Oh yeah,
It's
it's part of the
contextualized.
aesthetic, yes.
Yeah.
And maybe it's because I also happen to like quite a lot Rage Against the Machine, and that's full on rapping.
yeah.
But I cannot see them doing it in a different way.
But look, now that you brought Rage Against the Machine into the conversation, because I actually think that they are the best presentation of this, the rock rap
The blend
combo.
working properly.
Yeah. First thing to be acknowledged, the music is good.
It's very
The
good.
music
man.
is excellent.
It's like freaking Jimi Hendrix, but angry and ballsier.
Yeah.
Because plenty of blues-driven licks, but with like bad.
The guitar playing is very
But not only guitar playing, I love the drums.
yeah.
Because those are like, boom, like solid drums, man.
Yeah.
Like they hit you with a hammer,
Yeah, in your face.
with a war hammer. It's like big, punchy, exciting, intense drumming, plus the super bluesy guitar driven music, because
Yeah.
it's not only the riff, man. The guitar is very prominent, but without the foundation of the super solid drums and the super not funky, because in this case it's not that jumpy,
No.
but it's like consistent and powerful sounding bass. It's what creates this amalgamation of punchiness.
Yeah, and look, once again, looking at rapping as a tool in a singer's toolbox, it has in the given context, it can make sense, because look, I think the rapping, especially rapping from that time, because nowadays we have different variants of rap that I don't care much for.
Yes.
But there's some aggression to rap, to that delivery.
Depends on the delivery, maybe. Because,
Depends, but let's say the kind of rapping that we find in Rage Against the Machine.
oh yes,
and
much
the,
more aggressive sounding.
and the music is extremely aggressive as well.
There's a proper correlation.
There's a correlation. It works. So
Yeah.
there's a couple of comments there.
Yeah, we got one here. Kevin Dosey is saying Blondie's Rapture. Yeah, I'm not familiar with that one.
I don't know the song.
Are you? Okay, so if you want to give us a little bit more details, man, because I happen not to be that familiar with that one. And I assume it's Blondie, like Blondie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I for the love of me, I can't remember the name, or doesn't resonate any bells in my head right now. Then Roman Galindo saying,
Hey, Roman.
if rap is talking poetry or music, I'd say Jim Morrison is the first rapper, but in a classic poetic form, not necessarily an incorrect take, because I don't see just simply reciting a poem on top of music when thinking of rap. Because Leonard Cohen could be also mentioned or considered to be a rapper of using this way to describe it. Because I think the rhythmical element that is part of the rapping style is so important to the craft that it becomes more important than maybe the lyrical content itself. I know that those who are quite into rap consider the lyrics super important to rap. Yeah, whatever. Yeah. But they're talking about the hood, so it's not necessarily high stuff anyway. So the thing is that Jim Morrison, when he did it with the Doors, he did it in a way that was very rhythmical, but not in the same way as is done with rap, which is more percussive. He does it in a way that is more on the melodical sense, similar to what a guitar. Probably because he was a singer first. The way that he approaches to it is much more of like a singer reciting a poem with music in the backdrop. And comparing him to someone like Leonard Cohen, he's speaking and somebody's playing music behind him. Like even himself never considered himself a musician or a singer. Because he's never.
No, he wasn't.
No, he wasn't by any means. Even musician is kind of a stretch for word. But
because he was a good writer.
He was a good writer.
Above a musician.
Yeah, but I have my gripes with him. But, wherever.
The conversation for another day, I imagine.
I'm not gonna go there because it's kind of dangerous.
But look, since the rap is so driven by lyrical content, I can see why Roman is making the comment about this correlation with poetry, which can be drawn. I wouldn't say that that's necessarily the defining factor, but it definitely there's a correlation to be drawn there. And yeah, the point that you make with Leonard Cohen makes sense because he's not a rapper; he's a poet.
Yeah, he's a poet first.
Yeah.
Think in terms of this because it reminds me. I had a teacher back in the day when I was a kid, and he explained to me that rap, in its inception, got developed according to depending on the lane you stick to, right? But he told me that rap started off as a series of exercises that helped kids to develop
diction.
And since they are kind of addictive, they started to play around with it, and that led to the development of the concept of rap battles that are very common in, well, at least that's what they're trying to tell us in the movies, right?
Yeah.
I don't think they're common at all, but wherever. And they are not cool by any means. But wherever. That whole thing it started to create this form of prose, but it's not prose, man, because this is once again the powers. I want to try to avoid going there, but it's trying to add more value to something that is very pedestrian level, man. And I'm not saying it with any form of disrespect. This is very colloquial. It's not high art by any means. It's not poetry, man. The thing is that some people tried, particularly in the early 2000s, to present rapping as the next step in the evolution of prose and poetry, because it was urban version. Okay. No, it wasn't, man, and it is not, because the language used is not even beautiful sounding, if that makes sense to you. Yeah. They could have clever lines, yes, but it's more about being clever than it is aesthetic in many areas. And yes, if you happen to disagree with it, feel free to do it. This is an open conversation, but it's gonna be you truly gotta make a huge case for yourself, man.
Yeah.
Because the examples that back me up are big.
Yeah.
It's basically entire Western canon, mind you.
And that's why it's actually gonna be kind of hard to pick many examples of this integration of rock and rap within the context of music that doesn't suck. But I think there's still a
no. Of course, because look, I am just right now. I describe the use of the lyrical content because. Rage Against the Machine. Let's begin with that one. Popular track. Was I wonder what you told me. What's the name of that one?
Killing the Name of.
Killing in the name of.
Yeah.
Probably the most popular track.
Yeah.
So good.
It's a good track. It's a very good track.
Badass. I don't necessarily speaking stand them in many areas, but their music is fantastic. And that track is not my favorite track by them.
Me either, but it's a very good one.
It's a very good one, and I can see why people are so into it because it's full of anger. It's full of this kind of rage, actual rage.
Yeah.
Sadly, they're not necessarily against the machine, but but you can feel the arrangement at least, the rage,
Yeah.
rage, and the rhythm in their drums is so good, man, and the guitar is like badass, and the rapping like makes total sense.
Yeah, it's fitting.
It's fitting because that proved me, that track in particular showed me that rapping. And in my head, when it's done right, I look at it the same way as I look at growling or guttural singing in metal. It's a style.
Yeah.
It's a technique. And when done correctly, damn. For example, I can't see a band like Amon Amarth with clean vocals. It won't work. The same happens with Rage Against the Machine.
Yeah, with clean, beautiful
With clean
singing.
singing, yeah, because it's not about that, man. Or even growling. Somebody like, like a freaking Mike Lagerfeld growling on top of it, it would be not necessarily good, man.
No.
Because you need this fast-paced, kind of
Yeah.
shouty, kind of raw, attitude-driven, very, very much in-your-face sound to the vocals that makes sense in the context of the music. In my case, I prefer, for example, Guerrilla Radio is another hit by them.
Yeah.
I think that's our song.
Agree.
I like it better because I find it to be everything that I mentioned, but more condensed and in a better presentation.
Okay.
What do you think?
I think they're. Yeah, I think it's kind of splitting hairs. Speaking of which one is better, I think they're both great tracks. I prefer Guerrilla Radio as well, but like trying to go for a more objective outlook, I think they're equally good because I think they present the ideas correctly on both cases.
Yes.
I think probably one thing that makes you feel that Guerrilla Radio is better than Killing the Name of is the fact that Killing the Name of is a little bit more overplayed. So we become a little bit more saturated with it. Like
Maybe it's just fatigue.
yeah, it gets in the nerves a little bit.
Yeah.
Not because it's a bad song, because I already acknowledge how good it is, but since Guerrilla Radio is very rare for you to hear it playing anywhere,
Yeah.
it stays on top.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here Roman is dropping a truth bomb.
Can we even read his comment?
Yeah, we can.
Live
I think we
TV?
can. I think we can because no, we can. Here we go.
Okay.
He says, I can't stand when they rap over recorded music. For example, Ice, baby, Vanilla Ice, over
Yeah.
David Bowie's Under Pressure. I don't see originality over there.
That's criminal.
That's criminal, and thank you for being you, the one who says that.
Yeah.
Because you are right.
Yeah.
And before we even had this conversation, before we pressed play, I actually showed him a track that probably you never saw coming, right?
No.
Could you elaborate?
So we're talking about a musician that both of us are very, very respectful of, big admirers. Talking about the one and only Miles Davis.
Yes.
One of the best musicians in history, actually.
Yep, I think it is.
And Morton, an album was released under his name,
Called Dubop.
Dubop. And it's an album that kind of was a put together of some of the work that had been recorded. I think it was just jam sessions and...
Look, from what I recall, the album is his last album, okay? He passed away before even they hit the main recording stages. So he hired a hip-hop producer in the 90s. This album got released in 92, we checked. So it was at the height of the push of this Vanilla Ice stuff and MC Hammer, which we will always very similar to Vanilla Ice.
Just one quick thing, I think
Yes.
we got a comment coming out of Rumble there.
Oh yes, as well. DJ Bass, good to have you here, man.
Hey man, good to have you
Yes,
here.
and yeah, awesome that you managed to make it over here.
Yeah.
We're talking about rap and rock music and how much
Yeah.
they don't necessarily correlate to each other.
Yeah.
But, coming back to what I was saying.
Yeah, sorry to interrupt.
Yeah, no, thank you for telling me. The whole thing with Miles Davis is that he wanted to get some of the new sounds coming out of the urban style produced in the early 90s. And I think he was inspired probably by the development of music coming from Public Enemy, for example, which we already mentioned in the other podcast, in the other live show.
Tupac and stuff.
Yeah, that they were the ones who were doing it correctly because they even had a band playing with them, drums and stuff. And they are possibly the equivalent to the Doors or some of the seminal rock bands from the classic rock era, but in this case, the rap and hip hop movement.
Yeah.
Open for discussion. I'm not necessarily happen to be set in stone in that one. But the thing is this: he wanted to get that sound, and his bass player, freaking Marcus Miller, fantastic, one of the best bass players ever. He has this kind of funk, driven,
ultra groovy.
He's fantastic.
He's a great bass.
So
he's one of the best.
He is one of the best. He's one of my favorite bass players ever. So whatever. They hired this guy, and he passes away during the drafting sessions with
the kind of early stages of the production.
Very early stages. So when he passes away, somebody probably with a cigar doing this decided to let's release it because his name has brand recognition. But he died. How can we? Let's use the recording and stuff and sample shit around. So basically speaking, they just pick the sketches, the recordings, stitch them together. They got the producer do the rap thing, very similar to what Roman here is saying, regarding just sampling a section of the track and just repeat it until oblivion. Until oblivion. Put the name on it. It's a freaking record by Miles Davis. Did it sound like Miles Davis to you?
No, not even a bit.
And the best part, it has rapping. Wasn't it the most cringe-worthy thing you ever heard in your life?
Bad, man. It was
lyrically speaking, terrible. Super bad timing. Clearly, like in mine, the 90s, in mine, Bart Simpson rapping. It sounds like that, right? He's like, oh shit.
But the difference is that it's taking itself seriously.
That's the problem. That's the problem.
Yeah.
So it's a terrible record.
And look, I feel that it's kind of sacrilegious what they did, being very honest, because Miles has a tremendous legacy left behind him.
He does, man.
And I think that if they wanted to publish his post-mortem work, there are ways to do it. I do not necessarily agree with publishing the stuff that he wasn't there to finalize. But there are ways to do it. But releasing under his name the way it was, something that was clearly not in line with the rest of his work, I think is a stain in his legacy. And I think it's very wrong that they did it.
Yeah, I got the album as a fan, and I was highly disappointed. I didn't know that it was so rap driven. And the aesthetic doesn't fit. And if you listen to it, you'll see that it could be the precursor of the scorch of the earth that is lo-fi hip hop. But without going further down the line, going back to the whole thing with rapping and rock music. Here, Roman, his example, Under Pressure by David Bowie, having Vanilla Ice rapping on top of it. The terminology is sampling. They simply take a section of a track. They use a sampler. Let me show you something similar to this. Okay. This is not necessarily a sampler. Like, damn it, that was dangerous.
You're wrecking everything, man.
Because that ass. Okay, look, this is a machine.
Give me here.
Yeah, this is a for you.
So, yeah.
Look, this is a machine. It does many things, and one of the many things that it does is sampling. Sampling is taking a recording from any source, and you show them the pads, please, again. Those pads, the white squares, for those of you who are not familiar with this kind of equipment, you actually trigger. Those are basically keys, like on a keyboard, right?
Yeah.
So you can have, for example, the pad number 1 could be the beginning of Under Pressure, just the bass, and you press it again, like that. And then you have another one, okay, now you start C, right?
Yeah.
The sound of hip hop and many of those, I'm gonna put here.
Yeah.
Many of those urban records comes from the use of the samplers. And what they did is they took the song by David Bowie and Queen, sampled the living stuff out of it, and okay, just rap on top of it. What do I have to say? Just how cool Vanilla Ice is, Ice Baby, and you call it.
Just one thing, so it doesn't give the wrong impression. Sampling is actually a fantastic
I
technique.
love it.
It is great, and it has very legitimate uses.
I love it. That's why I have this thing here in the
But it
studio.
can be very poorly used as well.
And it has been poorly used.
Yeah, so it's important to draw the line because
Yes.
sampling is not a problem per
No.
se.
No.
Yeah.
I happen to be a huge fan of it because
Yeah.
you can create fantastic sounding textures and atmospheric sounds and very, very, very beautiful sounding soundscapes. And even musical ideas can be created out of samples.
Yeah.
A good chunk of good electronic music is produced through the use of samples and stuff. So there's nothing wrong with it. The problem is that this lazy approach was what was used as the cornerstone for early rap. Okay, and later hip hop is basically this, but even lazier, in my opinion, of course. Now, what do you think about that song? Because you happen to like Queen.
What about the Ice Ice Ice?
Yes, Vanilla Ice, Baby.
That thing was the style of the time. It was a product of the times. It shouldn't have been as big as it was because it was a tremendous hit. It was freaking huge, but I think it was pushed to the same magnitude of the hit that it was because it feels manufactured, man.
No,
For real.
it does. But look, let's do this comparison because we mentioned Rage Against the Machine. This song, Guerrilla Radio, which is a song that I think most of you watching can be familiar with. This one with Ice Ice Baby, Vanilla Ice, that track is super popular because it's probably the most early 90s thing you can think of.
Yeah.
Once again, the early 90s. And that track compared to Rage Against the Machine, both of them have rock backgrounds.
Yeah.
Which one doesn't suck? The question is why? Why? What makes it different, man?
Okay. Do you want to elaborate?
In my opinion, the reason why Vanilla Ice reinterpretation of Under Pressure sucks so much.
You're being way too kind.
I'm
man.
trying to be professional. It's because there is no effort put into it. They simply got what was a highly successful baseline from a previous decade, because it wasn't even that different, that much of a big difference of a gap between releases. Because I think when was that song released? Like 87, 88?
Probably, yeah.
It's later Queen stuff, right? And it's during the Let's Dance period.
Yeah.
David Bowie's. Yeah, so it's probably late 80s. I think they just picked on something that was already proven to be a highly successful track, because I think that's one of the biggest hits ever. But let's do the thing that the kids are being convinced that it's awesome.
Yeah.
So we can resell the same.
Yeah.
And the thing is that Queen and David Bowie are also part to blame in that one. Why?
Are you asking, or you're just leaving it up to?
Dramatic effect.
Okay.
Just think about this. They never sue Vanilla Ice. Never.
Yeah, probably the same people pushing Vanilla Ice had the right.
They granted the right to him.
Yeah.
They could do it, so they were in accord with it. The whole notion of rock people getting mad that, oh, those damn rappers are ruining our songs. Have you stopped to think about the fact that nobody sued them? They came to an agreement. Probably they greenlit the whole project, man.
More than likely, yeah. It's the kind of stuff that we don't want to acknowledge because we want to hold those guys.
Like the legit shit, right?
Yeah.
Dude, it's a business.
There's no room for legitimacy in this industry,
No,
and I think there never was.
No, there has never been any form of legit factor to this, man.
Yeah.
And it's kind of sucky, man.
It is.
Because there was a controversy. I think it was Kanye West, like in the early 2010s, mid 2010s. Correct me if I'm wrong, but he sampled a track by King Crimson.
Didn't know that.
He did.
Which track? You know?
Yes, 21st century, of course, 21st century. There. So all of the prog people like, dude, how dare you? You're destroying the legacy of one of the most sacred cows, probably as sacred as an Indian cow, when it comes to rock music. Like, and I remember having this conversation at a fight with somebody like, no man, dude, damn black people. Like, dude, I can assure you King Crimson is in accordance with Desmond, because he did it, he published it. They came to an agreement. Yeah. Why? Because they're getting royalties out of the use of the track, man. They're more than happy that somebody's actually making money with their music.
It's probably going to be the most listened to version of that
probably
anyway.
the moment in which they generated the most revenue out of one of our songs ever, man.
Possible.
Yes.
It is possible.
Do I agree with it? No, I think it's sacrilegious, man.
It's immoral.
It's immoral and it sucks. But we shouldn't put our heroes in such a pedestal. In the first place, we shouldn't look at them as heroes. We should look at them as just musicians, artists, and no more.
Yeah.
And they are driven by one thing. Because how does the meme go? Like, man only one thing and it's gross. This guy's only one thing, one thing and it's money.
Yeah.
Freaking face it, man.
But yeah. That's as it is.
Yeah. Straight. As it comes, man. So, now, good rapping on rock music.
Look,
I mentioned, and you're the savant in this one.
am I?
You are. I just briefly mentioned Linkin Park.
All right.
Please elaborate. You're the connoisseur in this one.
I wouldn't go as far as to call myself a connoisseur, but I am a kid of my generation. I am someone who was there at exactly the wrong time to appreciate Linkin Park for what it wasn't.
Yeah.
No, but jokes aside, look, out of all of the bands, there were plenty at the time doing the nu metal shit.
Basically,
with rapping, like your Limp Bizkits, your
PODs, Papa Roach.
Yeah.
Even some free one had some.
Some free one, yeah, he did.
Yeah, they did, right?
So,
Korn.
That kind of shoehorn rap thing into rock. It was never done well. None of those bands are great bands.
In European.
Out of the bunch, the one that I appreciate the most is Linkin Park.
Allegedly.
More than likely due to nostalgic reasons, because I was still a kid. We didn't know better.
Yeah.
At the time.
It was what I got, man. Give me a break.
No, but look, I think they did it well. I think they did it well. I think they have good is a stretch. They have fun songs.
Okay.
And enjoyable songs. They use quite a lot of rapping. Rapping was one of their shticks. The whole thing with Mike Shinoda, even the name of the guy is known. Mike Shinoda.
I don't know.
Is the name of the guy, the name of the rapper.
You're a savant, so
Exactly,
continue.
as you can see.
Yeah, clearly.
I think they created the context because they had a DJ as well.
Because you gotta have a DJ, yeah, of course.
But even though all of that, as depicted as I just did, feels very gimmicky, it does.
Because it is.
No, because it was like, okay, the DJ stuff is working, put it in. The rapping is working, put it in. The metal is working, put it in. It's a mix of all of the products of the era, man.
Yeah, because they were working for No, but you got me to thinking. Do you remember Incubus?
Yeah.
Also a goddamn DJ.
Yeah.
Doing what? I never knew what he did, man. But whatever.
Because on Linkin Park, actually, the DJ made himself a little bit more visible.
And look,
he played a part there.
Look. One of their tracks. Tell me what the name of that one is. What's the name of that one?
Encore Numb.
Is it Numb?
Yeah, I think it is.
No, it's no. This one is
Faint.
I don't know the name, but
Yeah,
I know that it's not Numb.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
The introduction is a sample,
Mm-hmm.
and I think it's the DJ stuff.
Yeah.
And it's a very cool introduction. I gotta admit. And it's a proper use of a sample. I don't like the track by any means, or a stretch of imagination, but it's not my jam, man. But it's a very crafty and intelligent use of a sample. So yeah, continue. I'm gonna read this comment. Yes.
Yeah, no, go read the comment. We can go back.
You can continue with Linkin Park. Here, comment is saying on YouTube, artistic license and redoing a song. Let me get it closer. Redoing a song into a version or interpretation isn't the same as cutting and pasting parts. Agreed. Of a song and rapping over it, yes. A real musician will play the instruments. Damn, somebody on fire. No, what's that?
You're dropping two truth bombs like it's going on a fashion.
Yeah. At least somebody's doing it.
Yeah.
No, you're right, man. I agree with you, man.
Yeah,
I agree
indeed.
with you because I mentioned in the previous podcast this week that in one of the gigs that I did here in the studio with a rapper, he introduced me to a particular concert by Snoop Dogg. Like, Snoop Dogg doesn't give concerts, he's rapping. No, this is actually a concert. He has releases. Really? Yeah, okay. Okay, this is good. I watched the entire thing. I don't remember the name. I'm trying to remember it because I mentioned 2 days ago.
Yeah.
And if you happen to know of that concert, he's wearing a green suit. Everybody's playing proper music. It has plenty of soul and rhythm and blues elements to it, and even a bit of gospel. And the way he's rapping on top of the music is proper. It's very groovy, it's very funky driven, but with those proper arrangement and the orchestration is very good, man. I go like, okay, I enjoy this. I'm not a fan of this guy, but okay, let's give him a chance, and I enjoyed it. Did that convert me into a fan? No, of course not. But
Earn him some respect.
yeah, because why don't you do it like this every freaking day, man? I don't know. That's a question for but I agree with you, Roman, because it's very shitty when they just simply sample a section of a song, a popular track, and add a goddamn drum beat on top of it. A shitty one because it's always the same generic goddamn drum loop. And rap on top of it, I call it a freaking song, man. I'm trying to control my language because it truly boils my blood. Because one thing is creating a rap track, and another thing is just creating a freaking 4-bar beat and calling it a song after you repeat it 60 times in the span of 3 freaking minutes.
Yeah.
That's not music, man. That's just a section. Because as I said before, for you to build a song, you need to have a beat. A beat is a section of a track. It's not the song, dude.
No, it shouldn't be.
Damn it.
Yeah. Well, look, I think there's something, even from the aesthetic foundation of rap, there's something that kind of clashes with the appreciation of rock music, for instance. Because rock is the whole. You appreciate the whole. The music, the instrumentation, the performance, the lyrics. So everything kind of adds up to a whole.
Yeah.
Because of the very nature of how rap is presented, the lyrical content and the rapping itself is supposed to be ahead of everything else. You don't have that kind of everything coming together to form a whole kind of thing. You have the music being backdrop for rapping. It's not part of a song.
Yeah.
And I think that's why it's kind of hard to integrate rap into rock music in a way that is sensical. Because usually if you're rapping, you're pushing the entirety of the music to the backdrop. And like that's one of the reasons why Rage Against the Machine does it correctly, because you don't feel that the music is simply being a backdrop for rapping.
And one thing, you got me to thinking, because when mixing rap, one of the things you have to do, for those of you who don't know, I happen to be a mixing producer by profession. Mixing engineer and music producer by profession. And one of the things you have to understand when working on this genre, for example, rap or hip hop, is that the vocals should be not super ahead, volume wise, but ahead enough.
But they are at the forefront.
They are always at the forefront. And one more thing, no reverb.
Oh, dry.
They have to be dry. Why? Because they have to stick out. They don't have. You use reverb to create this ambience, like how can I put it, like this aura that puts the entirety of the instrumentation that is part of a recording together. And with rap music, you rarely use it on vocals because you want them to feel like sticking out, and it kind of gives this more attack-driven feel to it. Even
or in your face.
Even the way you have to apply compression and stuff. I'm going to be nerdy, but bear with me. You have to do it in a very different way that you would if you were dealing with singing vocals for a pop record. And I pick pop because pop is also super face fronting. The vocals are the star of the show usually, always, in pop, and but you mix it in a completely different way. Even though they have the same principle behind it, the way that you position them and even the way that you put them together with the rest of the track is always very different.
Yeah.
And it's something that is unique to this kind of music. Maybe it's the reason why you mentioned that it sticks out so much. Get me?
Yeah, but it sticks out in a way that it pushes the rest to the backdrop. And I think that's really the problem, because that's why there's so little correlation when it comes to the audience for good rock music, for instance, and the audience for rap. Because since the music in rap is usually pushed to the background, there's no music, so to speak, of to be appreciated. Because if you can't appreciate the rap simply for rapping, you're not gonna like it. Because the music itself is just fading into the backdrop. It's just a bed for the rapper to lay on. Yeah.
Here Roman is saying that they say that Gibson and Marshall go together for rock or for rap. Let me explain. Gibson is a guitar and Marshall is an amplifier, for those of you who are not familiar. sampling and the things that see how little
Look, just hold it. It's even better when you hold it with your
tiny
because not in your face.
Yeah, it's better. It's better
Yeah,
like
just
this. Yeah, I'm
like
gonna
it.
stick to this. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not an iPad. It's a freaking screen. Okay. Robin is saying they say that Gibson and Marshall go together for rock and for rap. Sampling and beats are its base. To mix rap with rock is tricky. I think it is.
It is.
It is.
That's why there's so few instances that we're being able to bring to the conversation.
Exactly, man,
yeah.
because the one that we have is stuck so much to is been Rage Against the Machine because probably is the one that does it in the most honest to God fashion. Although, if I recall correctly, Tom Morello doesn't use a Gibson. He used a Telecaster, right?
I don't know, man.
I don't remember. Whatever, if you happen to be a much more of a bigger fan of Tom Morello, please let me know because I don't remember him ever using a Les Paul. But a Marshall amplifier full on. That's the sound of a freaking JCM 800. Cranked up.
Since we're at Tom Morello,
Yes.
and if would like to bring to the conversation.
Yeah, he's very good when he's not speaking. I love him when he's just playing guitar and sticking to it.
No, but it's actually a fantastic guitar player.
He's
I really
awesome,
like
man.
him
He's
because-
awesome. He's very good. He's very bluesy.
Yeah, one of the things that I like about his guitar playing is the personality. It's very easy to spot. Okay, this is Tom Morello playing. Obviously,
Yeah.
it's very like on the one bar you can tell
Instantly.
he has a sound that is extremely his own.
But it's super Jimi Hendrix like.
It is no, but yeah, it is inspired by Jimi Hendrix.
But
That's
it's-
clear. But it's his own thing.
100%.
It doesn't sound like Jimi Hendrix.
100%. And what is funny about him is that when he's playing a lead, well, whatever passes as lead because he's not lead sounds. He's never he doesn't play guitar solos even though he's a very good gifted. He's not a shredder, but he's very good.
Yeah, he's technically
He's
very good,
technically gifted.
Yeah.
He knows what he's doing, and he's not he's not David Gilmour. He actually can move his fingers. But it was a joke. I happen to love David Gilmour. But the way he approaches to the sound crafting of his behind the tone of his guitar is incredible. Super creative.
Yeah.
And when I got into music and started to get more serious with my guitar playing, and then hearing the studio correctly and learning how to create guitar tones, I got totally flabbergasted when I realized that Tom Morello uses very little effects.
It feels like it's so.
You
affected
think
the
that he's
sound.
filtering with shit? No.
Yeah.
It's creativity, man. The way he uses the whammy, which is a pitch shifting effect that it has a pedal. I don't have one here, but it uses a pedal that you use to push the octave of depending on where you set the pedal. But when you press it like, it pushes the pitch of wherever note is going through it higher or lower. And one way to easily detect the sound of this effect in his music, think of Like Stone. The
Yeah.
that section is the whammy, and then wah 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 is the whammy bar as well. Is the whammy bar, the whammy pedal. Whammy bar is the tremolo like thing you have. So very clever use. And if I remember, I think I saw in an interview that he said that he wanted to do the DJ shit, the
Okay. On a guitar.
on guitar.
Yeah. Yes.
How can oh no, let me see. And he started to F around, and he actually showed how he developed some of those weird ass sounds that are part of his music.
Yeah.
Clever, super genius level of creativity, man.
And look, a lot of his sound and a lot of what identifies his sound as his is not only on the sound design aspect of it, but performance as well. He has a sound. He has a style, a way of playing the guitar that kind of extracts a sound that is very unique.
There is another project that he worked on. I think is with Ice-T, rapping. I don't remember. I think it's Prophets of Revolution or something like that. Something like that, man.
Yeah,
Something
no,
like
you know.
that. Yeah. Bad, and it's very good. Very good. Because Ice-T is also one of the good rappers. Very aggressive sounding, very, very, very punchy. And his music was also kind of rock and roll for the vast majority of times. Even Cypress Hill. Cypress Hill is also another rap group that they did properly the rock thing.
Yeah.
Not necessarily that big of a fan because they're pretty much into the solo culture from LA. And some of their tracks are fun because there is one that is called what's the name? It's the one that it's about weed. I can't remember. It's super fun. because it's terrible. It's like, nah, this is bad, but I think it's on purpose, man. It's a joke of a track, and I love it for that very reason. The lyrics. I'm gonna play it back once we're on for you, because probably you know it. But once I play, like,
Yeah.
yeah.
By the description, I don't know.
It sucks, but it's just fun. But those guys were good. Also, Sepultura,
Yeah.
they did some rapping.
Look,
They're more on the guttural side of things.
Since we got to the Brazilian music.
Yeah, and it's
thing,
the jungle, so it's very.
Yeah. So I am a product of the jungle. For those who are not aware, but Brazil has an interesting particularity. Don't know if because of the language, but actually there is good rap in
I
Brazil.
think it's the language.
Actually, even as someone who's not necessarily into rap, I can appreciate the fact that some of Brazilian rap is
Proper.
It's proper, yes, and correctly. And there are actually good integrations of rock and rap.
I think
in Brazil.
Sepultura is
There's
an
a
example.
few. Yeah, Sepultura. I wouldn't say that they are a band that is defined by that. They have their moments, and I think when they do it correctly.
But the use of the technique is proper.
It's proper, yeah. There is another band that more than likely you haven't heard of, but it's called Uhapa.
No, man.
Yeah.
No, man.
Yeah, and it's also, I think it's a good integration of rap and rock.
How do you spell that?
O,
In Christian language.
O, as if the article,
Da.
but it's the letter O,
Oh.
because it's like the.
Huh.
Uhapa is R-A.
How do you? Where is the R in that?
Huh?
Where is the R?
Hapa.
That's not R. How do you spell rap with an R, right?
Yes.
Can you see a difference in pronunciation?
Well, we're talking about
You're
Portuguese,
basically
man.
ignoring a complete letter, but whatever.
But look, I won't go into the subtleties of the Portuguese language.
Semantics.
Yeah.
Okay, but
Uhapa. I think it's a good band. Actually, they have good musicians. They make good use of it's not one of the instances where the rapping feels like it's pushing the music way too much to the backdrop.
is it used as a gimmick?
What, the rapping?
Yes.
No, it's actually the
It's
guy.
the core of.
The guy. I won't say that he's a rapper, but he's a rock singer who chose to sing rapping.
Similar to Anthony Kiedis.
Yes.
So could you say that it's similar
But
in
they
sound to the Red Hot Chili Peppers?
No, it's not, because it's way more rap sounding than music itself. Because the Red Hot Chili Peppers sounds like rock or funk
Okay.
with rapping.
Because they're kind of heavy funk
Yeah.
with rapping.
Yes. No, this band is a little bit more. It's more on the side of rap than is on the side of rock, but it's still
Okay.
quite very much a rock band.
I got no idea what to expect, man.
Well, I'm just trying to find, because look, we put ourselves into a corner. It's hard to find picks for this.
Yeah, because
So I'm grasping for straws here.
yeah, but the thing is that the thing is that the mix is kind of tough, man.
Mm-hmm.
Because the very few examples that work, we have mentioned them so many times. But coming back to Linkin Park, please
Okay, so
finish
Linkin
off,
Park.
because we started there, and I'm kind of intrigued, because since I only know what I know from the music videos that annoyed me, my understanding of their stuff is very limited.
Look, one thing that I find I attribute quite a lot of the success of Linkin Park outside of the marketing push.
Yes.
One of the reasons why they stuck a little bit more than some of the usual suspects from that era is because they actually managed, even though it was pushed, when they did land, they managed to resonate with the teenagers.
Are you implying that it was manufactured
It was.
and
Yeah.
pushed down the throat of the audience until they like them?
It was, but there was something to like, even though it was. No, for real. They were aiming at teenagers. All right, the target audience,
Vulnerable audience.
an angsty audience,
Impressionable.
an angsty audience that could resonate with some of the sentiment being portrayed in the music.
And what was the sentiment?
Angst.
You talk to your soul. Did it?
No. Look, I actually think that Chester, the singer, I don't know if he was the lyricist, being very honest, or even the. Well, I don't know how much.
I think he was.
I think he was as
I
well.
think he was.
I do think he was, because even though on the more product side of music, we know that plenty of the musicians that perform are not necessarily the ones that write.
Mm-hmm.
I do think that he was the one behind most of the music,
Okay.
and he did find a way to resonate with the audience. And since a lot of that resonance came out of the lyrical content, they managed to make good use out of the rapping because of that.
Okay.
Because since the rapping is a tool that puts the lyrics at the forefront, if you're actually saying something that can resonate with your audience,
But he wasn't a rapper guy.
no, but I'm talking about, I mentioned him as lyricist,
Okay.
now I'm talking rapping as a tool
To
for
express
making
those
the lyrics
Okay.
stick.
Okay.
Because since they had something through the lyrics that resonated with the audience, that angst, because regardless of angst being a sentiment that is
Kind of infantile.
kind of infantile, but regardless, people could resonate to that at the time, and they managed to put that at the forefront of the music as a point of resonance through the rapping,
Okay.
because the rapping puts the lyrics at the forefront.
Okay.
So I think that's one of the reasons why they managed to use the element of rapping better than most.
So was he a good lyricist?
I think he was.
Okay.
Not because he was writing high
no.
poetry,
Look.
but because he was writing something that could resonate with people.
Look, good lyrics have to be the ones that make sense and have proper prosodic correlation with the music. Okay.
Yeah.
Doesn't have to be beautifully written, necessarily speaking. We always joke about Panama being a freaking stupid song, but it's a very good piece of music.
Yeah.
Because even though it's about a car, the song sounds like a fast car having fun.
Yeah.
So that's proper lyrics.
Yeah.
But correct. Here, Roman here is saying, Pink Floyd's Great Gig in the Sky has no words, only vocal sounds, but it's a type of singing. Yes. Rap has no singing, but has time talking. Time talking, like the word. And yet people say it's singing. Correct. You're right.
I don't consider rap singing.
No, it is not singing. It's not singing. It's. I like what he said. It's timed. It's timed and syncopated. Talking. Rhythmically driven, if you wish.
Yeah, and I think that's what sets it apart from singing, because singing, I think is the art of applying the concept of melody to a voice.
Let me see if I can expand upon it, because
Yeah.
the way I see singing as a singer myself, it's is the utilization of the human voice through the use of melodic elements in the purpose of creating music or musically driven sounds through the use of the vocal apparatus. Make sense?
Makes sense.
Good.
It does indeed.
Yeah, because it's basically speaking, you see the way you turn, as a singer, you turn your vocal track into an actual instrument. And the same rules that applies to a guitar or a bass or a freaking, even a drum kit, applies, well, the little that could be applied.
Yeah,
The
less
little
on a
music
drum kit,
theory that
yeah.
could be applied to drums.
Yeah.
Are still govern the way that singing takes place. Because I even can go to the point in which guttural singing, the guttural style, I kind of have guttural techniques. I always have a hard time deciding if I consider it to be the same as singing. Why? The blurred line takes place in here. Guttural singing has no. It's very difficult to create tonality. I know that there are some that can do it. Yes. Or intonation, if I put it in a much better way. So most of the time you're dealing with a monotone vocal take. Singing is based on doing the whole the scale and melody thing.
Yeah.
If one cannot do it, why is it called the same way as the one that does?
Yeah. Agreed.
Yeah. The thing is that since you're using the entirety of the vocal apparatus to produce a sound in the same way as you would with an instrument,
Yeah.
is where you start like
But look, I think the argument.
semantics.
Yeah, I think the argument for placing it outside of the realm of singing is one that makes sense, and I don't mean this in a condescending way. It's just kind of drawing lines.
Calling a spade, man.
Yeah, but since singing is the melodic approach to the use of the vocal apparatus,
Yes.
rap
Has
is the
none of it.
is a different approach to the use of the vocal apparatus, because it's a rhythmical approach
But
to the
it's-
use of voice.
Yeah, but it's basically speaking a spoken word, but rhythmically driven.
Yes.
Because what Leonard Cohen does is spoken word.
Yeah.
That has a technique. There is a little bit of. It's not just talking. Right now we're talking.
Yes.
The way you would do some spoken word section on a song is rhythmical driven, but it's not trying to be like do, because the do thing is more percussive, and a spoken word is playing a little bit of melodic, similar to what Jim Morrison at the beginning of this conversation does with several tracks in the Doors. Think of which one is Catch My Fire, Light My Fire. Is that one?
Light My Fire.
No, but Light My Fire. But is that one the one with? I don't remember which one. I know which one it is, but I can't remember the freaking name. But whatever. He's not Lockhart Madley. Wherever. And I love the Doors, by the way, but I can't remember the name of that track where he is speaking for a good chunk of the track. But wherever. Here, Roman is saying, Tangerine Dream has a song called, a band called Sidewalk. Yeah, good track. That uses talking over vocal synths and makes it sound robotic. Would that be considered a type of rap? Good question, man. Tangerine Dream, it's a very weird ass case, man. Because the early stuff, it's almost like instrumental prog stuff. It's way too crazy. And then they turn into a super crazy electronic driven band producing insane soundscapes and shit, man. We're like, it's impossible for them to recreate this live, man. Like, damn, it's incredible. What they do, like, I can't believe it's butter. It's that kind of shit, man. It's like, wow, I don't get it. I don't know if I clearly don't dislike it, but I don't know if I like it. Is that kind of like,
that appreciation limbo?
Yeah, and is this rock, electronica? Techno, no, it's not techno. But where is that weird ass blend? It's similar to Brian Eno. But Brian Eno is a little bit more musical. These guys went like
crazier,
mind-standing shit. So yeah, it's very the end. Yes, this is the end. Yes, thank you, Roman. Yeah, thank you. Because he was truly like biting my head, man. In that one, he speaks a lot, but he does it in a way like. Kind of takes you there, and it's part of the song, man.
But is it melodic? Because I'm not familiar with the track.
It is very melodic. Yeah. This is the end, my only friend. Song, man. Yeah. And
so it's singing still.
But no, that section. There is a huge soundscape section in which he's speaking. He's reciting part of the lyrics, man, because he was a great lyricist, and in the poetic sense of the word, because he's very, very eloquent and also with taste, man. I can see why women were crazy about him. Yeah, because he had that, man.
The asshole factor also.
But it's earned. The thing is that when you read, oh man, I still want to punch you in the face, but you're making a good point.
But we respect.
We do, yeah, with all respect, but damn it, I hate you. Because, for example, this line that I like to repeat quite often, the future isn't certain, but the end is always near. That line is badass. Yeah. And it comes from freaking Roadhouse Blues, man.
Yeah. No, but he was a tremendous lyricist.
Incredibly good, man. Yeah. Incredibly talented. And even in a song that is kind of like this is just pure rock and roll and fun. Look. The lyrics are good. Yeah. You're like, damn, it's making me think. And in the end, he actually has plenty of those very, very long stretched passage in which he's delivering a great series of beautiful lines. I can't remember them all. I can't remember them because I'm very bad. I even have a hard time remembering my own lyrics, man. So,
I know.
so you know that. You should be surprised about this. So yeah. Coming back to the Tangerine Dream thing, it's the use of an early vocoder. Vocoder is a synthesizer. It uses, how to explain in an early fashion. A synthesizer is a device that creates music through electricity. Sound to electricity.
Yeah.
Okay. And you can control the sound through oscillation. How fast or how slow through the use of electrical components, right? I'm not going to go super deep into it. The thing is that you can use an external input to change the pitch of the synthesizer, or even use the synthesizer to alter and synthesize the sound coming in. A vocoder takes the sound coming in of your voice or recorded voice or sample, wherever, goes through the circuit of the synth and outputs it back, but already synthesized.
Yeah.
In a way. A good way to, on a much more, probably more popular sound or popular song that you might be easy to spot the use of this effect is anything by Daft Punk. Don't know if they're still a thing, relevancy-wise, because they went supernova, like 10 years ago, and nothing else.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that sound that around the world and around the world. Even trying to mimic the, of course I can't because
Yeah, because it's an unnatural
it's
sound.
an unnatural sound.
Yeah.
And what they do in that Tangerine Dream song is this.
Mhm.
And believe it or not, those are actually analog.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Vocoders.
Yeah. But the analog ones are very glitchy. Of course, of course, man. Actually, Moog has a recreation of not a recreation. They released on using the Moog 32 frame,
The casing.
the casing, and the design of the machine, and they released a vocoder, analog vocoder.
Okay.
Totally not I have it on my eyesight. So yeah, here on is saying. Beethoven used the right music by listening to birds and copying their tones and rhythms. Now the bird is talking, or rapping in their world. Would you say Beethoven symphonies have rap melodies? No. I think the connotation, or let me go back a little bit. Before anything happened,
In the beginning of
in
time.
the beginning of time,
In the 7th day.
the seventh day, he had a Negroni and took and rest for a while. No, music, or at least in my head, music is what we started to do in an attempt to recreate the sound of existence. Try to put into sound what we could see and we could hear and we could interact with in the world. Musicians that refers to the use or the source of inspiration being nature itself, in my head, they probably try to put into words what it's very difficult to express without the use of music. Because, let's say, this case Beethoven, being inspired by the sound of birds. Maybe the inspiration and the birds are had an impact on him at an emotional level that inspired the music inside of him, pushing him to create the fantastic music he created. The thing is that it's highly melodic, and also birds and nature itself is not cyclical. It's in perpetual flowing, in a perpetual flow state like thing. It's always evolving. You can see cycles, of course, but those cycles might happen in such a vast expanse of time that they become invisible to you. And rhythm is cycles, man.
Yeah.
Is continuation and symmetry. That's where I find very difficult for rap to be inspired by, because rap is very cyclical, even as a style. Think of Eminem. He's rapping the same thing on every freaking song he's part of. Or the other guy, Pitbull. That guy was everywhere. Well, yeah, Pitbull.
Mr. Worldwide.
Yeah, that guy. Thank you for correcting me. Did they ever do something different or than the same thing, just at different speeds and tempos? No. Have you ever gone out here in the streets and heard birds chirping the same way they did yesterday? You see what I'm trying to get with to, right? That's why maybe they do, but it's so far and in between that you can't see, because for you it's always novel. And that's me being so into prog rock music for that very reason, because prog rock is is basically the natural progression of symphonic music, orchestral music, but with contemporary instrumentation, and with the expanse and the intensity and the vastness of what orchestral music allows you to get to or develop, and is the best expression we got on contemporary music to express the magnitude of the universe and the world. Worth. Got it? Very much in tune. So, what do you think? I went a little overboard, sorry.
No, but look, but it makes sense. And look, the whole notion that I presented about the being inspired by birds, I do agree with you, but that it makes probably is way more likely that he was inspired by the feelings that listening to the birds caused in him, and he tried to portray that through music
Yeah.
rather than the sound of the birds. But outside of that, now coming back to the whole notion of rapping and why there's this kind of a clashing element in between the appreciation of rap and some other types of music. Now thinking, you already made the case that rapping is a rhythmical approach to singing, not a melodic one.
Yes.
But the voice is still the lead element.
Yeah.
Which means that by that representation, there is no melodic element to the lead element of that
Yeah.
particular body of music.
Yes.
Which, and the melody, you can probably expand on it, but what's the role that you think that melody plays when it comes to music production, but not talking from a music production perspective, talking about
Composition.
impact, talking about how it's perceived. Not talking lyrics now, talking melody.
Okay.
In the lead element of
Yeah.
the track.
I'm gonna use the way that I always explain that in the studio. But before I do that, I'm gonna address this comment. Here, Roman is saying that I think rapping is actually a drum pattern or drum beat used by the voice. I can write a melody over a rapping voice. Totally, man. Yeah,
That's a good way to put it.
it's excellent because
Yeah.
rapping is based on rhythm. It's not based on melody. Very, 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 very in tune with what I'm about to say. To answer your question, I'm going to use the example that I always gave here in the studio. Well, I always do, even in the channel. I try to in the mixing channel, the production channel. I always try to use this as a very good way to understand the different elements that creates music. Music is created by three elements. Interesting, three elements, the same as everything here. But whatever. Rhythm, harmony, and melody. Okay. Imagine it. Instead of listening to music, you're watching a movie. Okay. And each of these three music elements represent a section of what comprises what you're watching on the screen. Rhythm is the pacing of the editing, and how fast or how slow action takes place in the film, okay? And how fast the delivery of the dialogue is happening. Harmony is the context of the movie. It could be the backdrop, the stage itself, the background music, and everything that is not the lead, but that gives context to the lead, which is in this case super beautiful Scarlett Johansson. She is the melody. Please do.
Oh. No,
Failed.
doesn't work anymore.
We had two Scarlett Johanssons.
Yeah, now we don't anymore.
Okay, he ruined it. Whatever.
I didn't. This thing doesn't
Whatever,
work.
it's not working. Whatever. So coming back to this, Scarlett Johansson is your lead actress, right? With her performance, you understand what's going on, but without the harmony, which is giving context to her acting, to her performance will have no impact or little impact on you as an audience member. And through the use of rhythm, which is the pacing, you can understand the intensity, the seriousness, the fun factor, everything that creates or develops an impact on you musically speaking, well, artistically speaking.
Yeah.
Does that make sense to you?
It does make sense, yeah.
If the element that should be your lead in your track is removing a good chunk of what makes a lead be lead-like, is not necessarily speaking delivering the same level of intensity, the same quality when it comes to the emotional impact on you as a listener. That's why people who are considered snobs or are seen by society today as snobs and pretentious, annoying MFers like myself are always have a terribly hard time not disliking rapping because it's missing plenty of key components. Make sense?
It does make sense.
Of course.
Are you saying that, let me do extrapolating. Are you saying that Jaco Pastorius sucks?
Why?
Because he's a rhythm element used as a lead?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like the pacing used as the main star of the show?
Yeah, kinda. That's why, for as much as he's a fantastic bass player, okay? He's a super gifted bass player. He already passed away. But I don't happen to be a fan of his stuff. I have huge respect for the man. It's an incredible bass player.
Yeah.
But He's awesome when he's not trying to be the center of the attention.
Yeah. I agree.
When he's doing the bass. Do you agree?
I agree 100%. No, but look, even as a drummer myself,
Go to the back.
No, a rhythmical element by the very core. I know that I'm not supposed to be in the forefront. I may have my moments, and if the context allow for it, you can go and shine a little bit there. But essentially, I'm creating the backstage,
Let me put it this way.
and I should be creating the backstage.
Yeah, but let me put it this way. Coming back to the whole movie analogy, a drum solo, a badass drum solo would be like the car chase action scene of a movie.
Yeah, where pacing is actually the core of what you're
Yes,
seeing.
It's more about the intensity.
Yeah,
So, if it's too long, it's so intense that it becomes boring.
Yeah.
Because it's exhausting. But if it's too short, under the lyrics, like,
yeah.
this is clearly a modern James Bond movie. They suck. Particularly the last two.
Yeah, not the best moments.
Even Pierce Brosnan's are better, man.
The thing is that just wait for the next one.
I mean, don't even, don't
Don't keep your hopes up, man.
No.
So, do we have any further comments?
No.
So then I suppose we can probably wrap.
On that note,
we can wrap this up.
wrap this up. No,
Yeah.
damn. No, look. Recommendations. You already gave us the one from the depths.
Yeah.
So, as a savant, as a Linkin Park connoisseur, do you have any suggestion? A good rapping, driven.
The thing is, and this is gonna sound kind of bad, but Linkin Park is not a band that I recommend. No, for real, because it is a band that I have my own reasons for cherishing it.
Okay.
But I know that
Personal.
yeah, but from an objective note, it's not a band that I put myself in the position to recommend.
Yeah.
Because if you weren't there at the time, you're probably better off going for something else. Okay, all right.
So you're saying don't waste your time.
Kind.
If you want to waste your time, there are way cheaper ways to do it. Is that what you're saying? Okay.
Basically, if you have anything to recommend, go for it, man.
Okay. Now, look, I would recommend "Sleep Now in the Fire" by Rage Against the Machine. I think that's the song that truly convinced me that it can be done. From the album Battle of Los Angeles. Yeah.
Battle off?
Of I don't remember.
Battle of Los Angeles, I
Yeah,
think.
that one. That was the second album.
Yeah.
It's I think it's my favorite track by them because the track is punching. The riff is sucks like
Yeah.
Sleep now with the fire. Yeah, it's super good, man. It has one of the best guitar solos ever. Because like, no way, man.
Yeah.
If you know the song, you know what it is. If you
Yeah.
don't know, but it's good. It's gonna throw you off so hard. You're like, let me rewind. What the hell is that? Because he's basically doing the rapping thing, the rhythmical thing that Roman described, but with an annoying, obnoxious, high-pitched guitar sound that has no right to be good,
Yeah, it stands out like a sore thumb.
but it works.
Yeah.
It works. Creativity. So I totally recommend you listening to that one. Sleep Now in the Fire by Rage Against the Machine. Great rapping, fantastic rhythm, and I think it's what I like, the cadence. It's so good. It works so well, and it proves that you can do it correctly. Also, I can't remember the name of this project that he released like in 2006, 17. Yeah, the whole thing. Well, whatever.
Yeah.
Something happened in 16 in America, but whatever. It's a very, very, very good album. I don't remember the name. It's Prophets of something. Just look up for Tom Morello, and you'll see a series of controversial takes. But you'll find that record, and I think it was Ice-T. I think the guy who is leading the lead voice, the MC, but I can't remember. That, and also look that particular Snoop Dogg concert. I don't remember the name. It escapes my head right now, but it's actually impressive.
Oh, I just remember. I do have one recommendation.
Go.
The project new thing with Bruno Mars and the other guy.
Super N and
Yeah.
Friends. Okay.
Yeah. The Silk Sonic.
Those guys.
Yeah, I actually think the rap, there are rapping elements to it, even though it's more pop. It's kind of pop.
Does it has rap?
It does have some
Okay.
rapping to it because the guy is actually a rapper. The other guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have heard some of his stuff. It's not for me. He's not bad actually when it comes to the kind of music. I think he's on the higher end of it.
Okay.
He's the drummer as well.
He's the drummer for that project, right?
Yeah, he is. He's actually a good drummer.
I thought he was a drummer.
Yeah, he's a drummer, rapper, and
one of those.
all around that guy.
Okay.
But yeah, I think that's actually a good instance of that. Even though most of the singing is quite pop driven, kind of the funky and types, but he does have your rapping moments, and I think it's well integrated. I think they don't overdo it, which is for everybody's liking.
Rejoice.
Yeah, and I think that's probably one instance of it being done kind of more recently that didn't suck.
Okay, so a summary, would you say that rap can be done right?
I think rap can be done right. I think the thing is, rap should be treated, that we stated this in the beginning, as an aesthetic. As
Like
something-
reggae?
Yeah, doesn't necessarily hold grounds to be a full-on musical genre in all of its scope or magnitude.
Are you playing that reggae?
No, you're
Is that
going.
what you're saying?
I'm
Is
talking.
that what you're
I'm
saying?
talking about rap.
And that note, thank you for joining.
You're
Thank you
the
for
one being right
watching.
into the conversation.
After this guy already to arrange his own reputation, if you want to support his channel, don't be cheap and leave a freaking like on the like button underneath, please do. And also, Kid Rock, yeah, how couldn't we remember
What?
Kid Rock?
Oh yeah.
Look at that! Yes, shit.
We didn't even mention Beastie Boys. We didn't mention so many.
There's so many good rap. Damn it. Thank
Well.
you. Well, Roman, too late. But thank
Yeah,
you.
too late.
Yeah, great contribution, man. Yeah, because Beastie Boys, the hell.
They're probably one of the best instances of it.
Yeah. Damn it, we suck. Thank you for watching, and please don't be cheap and leave a like on the like button underneath. I know that some of you already did. Thank you very much for that. It helps a lot. And also, if you'd like to bring the channel forward or further, please simply subscribe, because that way, allegedly, you will get notified when we either go live or we release a song analysis here in the studio, or this week we're gonna have an album retrospective, right?
Yeah.
We're gonna be talking about House of the Holy.
There's no rap in it.
No rapping by Led Zeppelin.
Yeah.
Great album, best Led Zeppelin album ever. It's better than 4.
Argo, but
No, by the numbers, is better. The thing is that 4 has freaking Stairway to Heaven.
well,
And Black Dog.
the Rain song's better than Stairway to Heaven.
So there you go. It's a better album, therefore. So it's dropping on Saturday. So we'll see you there, and we will meet then next week live.
The DJ.
Oh, really based. Thank you. Oh, yes. Sorry. And for those of you watching on Rumble, thank you for joining as well. It's difficult to keep track. Let me show you. I have both chats here. That's why it's tough for me to keep track of what's going on. Okay. Yeah. So this screen sucks, man.
It's awful.
It's awful. You can barely reach it. So with that being said, thanks for joining. And as every single time we meet you, we gotta remind you that you should never let anybody tell you what to dream about. Don't drink the yellow snow, or how was it?
Don't eat the yellow snow.
Yes, and we will see you when we see it.
Yeah.